Hello, Aries. Thank you very much for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, Wisdom of the House of Night. And on the back here, right above my finger, is who it's by. But you should be able to find it by the title if you really want this deck. Okay. I'm going to do 6 for Aries, 6 for your partner. And oracle cards come out where needed. We'll do relationship first, of course, and single second, like usual. Okay. I want to put this over here. So these are the cards we're using. 1, 3, 4. I don't know why we put them all face down, but we did. Okay. Now there's love here, clearly, but I'm getting you're working towards something. Now you got the 3 of Pentacles here on your side. You're working towards something. There's something you want, and what I'm getting, whatever it is that you want, you have the lust card with it. And when you're lusting for something, someone, something, it's kind of like, for example, I gave this analogy with shopping earlier. I think it was with Pisces. It could be wrong. But basically, it's saying that you're so engaged in the hunt. For example, you're going after this. You want to shop. You have this money. You want to shop. You can't wait to get this. You want some of that. You like this. You like that. You get it all home. And you put it away and you forget about it. That's kind of like the lust. The lust of trying to get it, enjoying the acquiring of it. But once you have it, once the goal is attained, so what? It doesn't really add any value to your life. The items themselves might be very valuable, but if you put them away in storage and you never use them, it was a wasted thing. It was just a lustful moment because you were so excited about acquiring things, but once you acquired them, that was pretty much it. You just wanted to acquire it. That's kind of the lust feel. Like if you actually even put that in a sexual sense, it's going after that, hunt for the climax. And once you hit it, it's kind of like it's over. All right, I'm done. Lust without love is just saying, you're done. Once you finished your climax, you're moving on, and then thanks for playing, and I'm done. So that's what they're saying here, that you're working at something, but you may not be actually so much, like you're heading towards the goal, and you're excited about the goal, but it might be the thrill of the hunt, the chasing for it, the acquiring of it, the working towards the acquiring of it that you're quite engaged in. And you got some interesting other cards here. Let's just talk about them. This is Aries, yes. You got the Fool card, very optimistic, very excited, very, this could work. This could, you're not heading towards this believing that it's going to be an empty win, but you're very optimistic and thinking this could be a great thing, and you're very excited about this, very, very excited about it. But you got deceit and you got listening here. And what I'm getting here is like you might be fooling yourself about how much this is really worth it. I don't know why we're going this way, but we'll go that way. And this is more with men, but this can happen with women too. Kind of like when they go for, they're attracted to finding sex, for example. And today it's this person hunting after this person. They acquire that person, then that moves on. Then they get their eye on somebody else. They hunt after that person. They get that person. Then they move on. And it's kind of like the deceit of it is like not realizing the reason they keep moving on and they keep trying to search for the next one. It's like they're looking for that next one, that next high almost, is because what they really want is not there in these quick relationships, in these quick sexual moments. What they really want is intimacy, and they want to be connected with somebody. They want to feel that emotional connection along with the sexual passion. And the way they're doing it, they're just getting the sexual passion, but the emotion never connects in because they don't know the people they're connecting with well enough to actually have that. And what I'm getting the deceit is, and why we're using that as the analogy, is kind of like the way you're chasing after something, it feels like this could be it. This could really make a difference. This could be a wonderful thing. That's the Fool. But the deceit is saying when you get it, it doesn't make the grade. It's like it's not as good as you thought it was going to be. So then you set your sights on something else similar, but maybe a little different. Listening here, down, that's that one. The listening card is saying there are hints all around you. There's writing on the wall. This is not a new situation for you, is what I'm getting. And like realizing like the writing is on the wall. You just got to look at, see the pattern you're creating and realize it's not working for you. I don't think it's really that bad, because I'm also seeing you with the Five of Wands in your challenge position. Like, you're very conflicted. Like, you're already having these inklings, like what you're going for, you're starting to question if this is really what you want. And I feel like you might be a little bit, like, overemphasized, a little bit drunk for the chase. Like, you want this, and you're just feeling that need to go chase it and get it. And you're very, very, actively wanting to get it. But the reason the 5 is in your challenge position is kind of like you're a little conflicted. Like, something doesn't feel right. Something feels like it's just going to, fall through, or doesn't really, something you just can't put your finger on does not feel like it fits here. And I feel like this is probably a pattern for most of the people that this is connecting with. So the way your partner is connecting to this is they're helping you with this. They've got the 6 of Pentacles. They're willing to give in to whatever your desire is. And I feel like things go forward fast, and they'll jump right in quickly. It's like once they realize what you want, they'll help you get it. They'll move in quickly to help you get it. And they got hope here with it too, which is kind of mirroring your Fool card. But the Fool card on your side, you have the Major Arcana. You're the one in control. They're mirroring it with the Hope card. They're kind of like matching your enthusiasm. You want it. They want you to have it. They're trying to help you get it. Because they're like, if you were satisfied with that and that's what means something to you, they want you to have it too. They want you to have what you want. I'm also noticing, like, the challenge card is very interesting, because even though they have the 6 of Pentacles where they're being very generous and helping you, the Knight of Pentacles is their challenge card. Like, how long are they going to go with this? How long are they going to help you do this before they realize this is not a good idea? They have the High Priestess of Air. Like, their challenge card is to think about this. Think about what's going on, what you're going for. Is it really benefiting you, them, the both of you? Where is it really going? Is it from one to the next? Is it just kind of like going from one to the next and one to the next, and it never really comes to fruition? Your partner is very supportive, is what I'm getting. But they also have the King of Swords in their spiritual position. Like, they really need to think out what's going here. They need to kind of, I feel like they need to be a reality check for this situation. I really do. The thing is, I feel like they don't want to stand in your way. That's the problem. If you want something, they want you to have it. They love you. If you want it, if you're excited about it, they want to help you get it. The challenge for them is that High Priestess of Air. The religious, not religious, the spiritual card here is the King of Swords. Like, they really got to think about it. They have to come to their own personal center and realize, hey, by helping my partner get what they want, am I really helping them, or am I just perpetuating a cycle that just leads them nowhere? And I'm getting the not the 10 of Cups, the 2 of Cups with the fledgling where they're standing. I feel like they're just going on love. They want you to be happy. They want you to be happy with them. The fledgling is somebody who doesn't know a lot and is just seeming to try to understand the world. It's kind of like that new eyes, like just that new connection to a situation, just like somebody just joining a group and getting to know people. It's kind of like the situation you're getting involved with now, like they're trying to look at it a little bit more innocently. You seem to be very optimistic about it. They want to be optimistic about it too. They're just blindly following with love is what I'm getting. Their challenge card again. Their challenge is to like think about this a little closer. Like, are they actually helping you get what you want, or are they just helping you, or are they just enabling you to continue around this cycle? You keep going forward, and I'm noticing, see, you're not completely oblivious to this. You know something doesn't feel right. If this, especially if you're still listening at this point to this reading, you know something's a little off. And you know something doesn't feel right. You got the Hermit card in your spiritual spot, and where you're heading is the Knight of Cups. I feel like the way to start putting this more in focus is to center more on what you already have and stop going after the new vista for a while. Centering on your partner is a good thing, but that's not where I'm feeling this is going. I feel like just, amping up what you already have, reinforcing what you already have, improving what you already have. Instead of going off after new, sticking with what you have and improving that would change things. It would also give you time to more get together with that hermit feel, like going within and finding out, like, why do I keep chasing after these things? Because even if you start reinforcing what you already have, you're still going to have that drive or that urge to go after these new situations. And it's like if you just force yourself to stick with what you already have and keep, fortifying what you already have, it'll give you time to really think about, like, what am I attracted to and why, and where does that take me? By fortifying what I already have, I make what I already have better. But if I keep doing these new starts here and there, what is that really getting me? Where is that really taking me? Now, what would actually make this situation better is whatever you're heading towards, whatever you're working on so diligently that seems to be heading towards an empty win, quite frankly, they're saying if you walk away from that, if you just walk away from this and center on what you already have is what I'm getting. I know it's the Eight of Cups, but it's walking away from something good. Yes, and I feel like it is good what you're heading towards now, but they're saying if you just let that go and just center on what you already have, things will noticeably improve for you. There's going to be some more work figuring out, why you keep doing that, what keeps drawing you or pulling you towards these situations. But at this point, at least walking away from it will improve will improve this moment at the very least. I have to be honest, this feels very complicated. This does not feel like there's a simple fix to this. If you're connected into this type of pattern, I feel like the first step is to start recognizing it and then disengaging once you recognize it. And over time, it should improve, and it will lead you to other ways to improve it even more. But this looks like it's just kind of the beginner step to disengaging from that behavior. Now, your partner, these are the helpful cards for your partner. They're very awkward, but let's see what we're talking about. Because I feel like they have to kind of fade back. They have to stop trying to help you get these new things. Being there for you and supporting you is good, but I feel like the enabling thing is a problem. The invisible with the Four of Pentacles is saying they need to stop enabling. That's them becoming invisible in the situation. They have to stop enabling you to go forward with these type of ventures is what I'm getting. This is really weird because I have some Aries in my chart that's kind of strong, and I'm just kind of like, what are we going at here? They seem to be saying you're going after something that's a fruitless win, and it's like a pattern. And your partner needs to pull back and stop helping you with that and just fade back and let you do what you need to do, let you work out what you need to work out, and just to back out of it and just stay out of it. Still be a supportive partner, but not enable you anymore. This is the strangest, the way this is coming through, I'm just kind of shocked. I'm just I don't know. I feel like there's going to be a lot of people who aren't going to like this reading, but it's the truth for what's coming through in the cards. So for those of you it hits with, great. It is a general read, so it won't hit with everybody, granted. But I'm just kind of ooh, this is asking for it. I feel like for those of you that stuck around for this whole thing and are really connecting with this, you understand what this means. And you understand that this is the beginning spot of just disconnecting from these things that are not serving you, and recognizing the patterns, the first thing, and then once you start recognizing it happening, once you recognize that it's happening, disengaging. And this will change the course of things. This will make things better in the future. There will be more steps that come forward as you're ready for them, but this is the first step to changing what's going on right now. All right. Hopefully that helps. Let me go into Aries single. Let's see what we have for single Aries. What do we have for single Aries? Messages for single Aries. What do we have for single Aries? Okay. So I can pick these up. Messages for single Aries. What do we have for single Aries? Empowering information. That shows them the truth of what they're dealing with, what's around them, the truth, so they can do something with it. Ooh, we got the Ace of Cups in the center. Let's see if the rest of these cards, add in a good way. Well, we could have something good here. Let's go a little farther, of course. We're going to mix up the other cards here, the Oracle deck with the Wisdom of the House of Might. A little bit more. So I don't know. Well, let's see. Let's see what's going on here. My first thought is for the Aries that are going to connect with this. You see it. You see right through the situation to start with. So I don't really feel like there's going to be many surprises in this reading, as much as just kind of like, maybe it's time to deal with it type attitude. More of that, because I feel like there's not going to be really any surprises. You're going to be like, yeah, I know that, and kind of like, yeah, I know where I need to do, what I need to do with that. All right, because there's somebody around you, and I'm going to start with that because they got two cards that are very interesting. Two of Swords plus the Deceit card. Now the Two of Swords is telling me I feel like they're a little off balance, oddly enough, and I'm feeling like the Two of Swords feels like they might be a little bit more narrow-minded, or like I'm getting this tunnel vision, like they're very like centered on a certain goal. But the Deceit here also is connecting in, like they may feel like have a desperate feel to them, saying or doing what they feel is necessary to get what they want. So it may be kind of like they don't really do things the best way, they may not be doing things the most honest way, but they feel like it's necessary to get what they want, and they're just trying to show you what you want to see. They're trying to be who they think you want them to be. That's really strong, actually. They're trying to be who they think you want them to be, but they're really not sure who that is. That's kind of the Two of Swords connecting in there too. They really don't understand what you want, but they're trying to emulate it. And by trying to emulate it, that really feels very strongly like the Deceit. Like they're not coming forward with the truth about who they really are. They're just trying to be who they think you want them to be, even though they really don't seem to understand what that really means. And I'm seeing this with the Karma card in the past. Like this person seems to you like you don't know what to make of them when it comes to like what type of person they really are, because you're kind of like they're all over the place. In fact, I feel like you might have known this person for a while, and the way they're currently acting doesn't seem to match how they used to act, and you're just like, did you have some type of aneurysm or some type of stroke? Because your personality seems really strange compared to what I'm used to seeing from you. And maybe for some of you, you've known this person long enough to where they flip-flopped a couple times. They may be one of those people that, like, when they're in a relationship with somebody, they assimilate that person's personality and they change how they feel and what they think, and they become different. They just try to emulate what this person is, whoever they're with, and they become more like them. So you might be looking at it like that too, like this person just seems to become whoever they're with. They seem to lose themselves and just become a mirror image of whoever they're dating or in a relationship with. Now, Aries here, I'm getting, especially with Aries, you're having the thoughts about calling this out for what it is. The Ace, or the Knight of Swords is kind of like you want to tell this person, like, listen, I see what you're doing. I see that, like, when you're with somebody, you just want to please them, so you just agree with them, and you just become what they are, and you just kind of lose yourself. In fact, I don't even know who you really are, because every time I've seen you, you've been with someone else, so I don't even know what your authentic thoughts or feelings are, because they seem to change with whoever you're with. You're considering saying something. I don't know if you're really gonna, though. Because I do see you in the center here with the Knight of Swords, or no, not the Knight, the King of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. This person is really trying to win you over. And I feel like you're trying to have a talk with them. But the King of Swords is a really smart card. It's kind of like, yeah, there's something going on here. There's a little bit of BS. But just flat out calling it out for what it is just going to, put this person on the defensive. They're just going to defend what they're already feeling and thinking. They're not going to actually work to get through this. They're not going to tell me the truth if there's more to be told. I got to be a little bit more shrewd about this. I got to handle this a little bit more diplomatically, depending on what's going on here, to get something to actually happen from this. And then the Ace of Cups is popping in like, this person is a worthwhile person. I just wish they would be more authentic to who they are. Question is this really authentic to who they are? Do they just assimilate to whoever they're with? Is that who they are? And you're kind of like, if that's the case, that's not really what I'm looking for. But you got that Ace of Cups there, which you do like this person, but you really like them to just be themselves. You don't want them to be who you are. You want them to be who they are, and you want to see what that's like. You're not looking for a carbon copy of yourself. You're not interested. You have you. You don't need somebody else like you. You want somebody else a little different to add some more value to the relationship. But that Ace of Cups is really kind of moving things here, because you got the High Priest at the top. You're trying to be very analytical about it is what I'm getting. All right, this is what's going on, but there must be a way to pull out this person's actual personality. I need to let them know I don't want them acting or assimilating my personality. I don't want them to be me. I want them to be themselves. And I feel like you're kind of trying to balance out, again, this is that diplomatic feel, if you will. How do I get the truth to come out without getting them to regress or just go inward and just kind of shut down? Because if I go at them too aggressively and just call them out on this, they could just crumble and there's just nothing. I'm not going to get anything out of it. I actually want to see what this person's about. So what do I need to do to make that happen? And you're trying to do that. The thing is here, you got some Earth cards popping in, but you got a lot of Earth cards coming in the future. But right now you're standing with the Queen of Pentacles, and at the bottom here you have the Four of Wands. This person is, you do like them, so I'm not going to say you don't. But it's kind of like, what do I need to do to bring out the true flavor of the situation? That's the question. And the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who very much cares, and I feel like you already care about this person. And I'm getting there's a bond here. I'm already getting a bond here with the Four of Wands. But you're trying to get the authentic them to come out, and that's the challenge. And you're just kind of like... That Queen of Wands is interesting, because I feel like you're trying to figure it out, and you don't want to let it go. And I see the Queen of Wands is actually becoming the King of... Or not the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles is becoming the King of Pentacles, which is a lot the same energy. One doesn't outrank the other, in my opinion. They're equal. But it's like kind of trying to take it from an emotional place to more of an analytical place. And I see this with the Queen, the High Priestess of Spirits, kind of like you're seeing this from a few different angles at this point. And you're not seeing this person as a bad person, but the more you try to pull out the authentic them, the more it seems more like you. And you're just kind of like, is the authentic them more like me? And you're kind of like, that doesn't seem very probable, but we're getting along, and I do find myself attracted to them. But the High Priestess of Spirit is here, and it's saying, you know better than what's really happening. You know that this person has some bad qualities where they just seem to assimilate who they're around, but they have some good qualities too, where they seem to be very moldable and adaptable. And you're just kind of like, I just feel like you're kind of flowing with it at this point. You've kind of gotten a little used to it at this point. This is in the future. And where I feel this going is kind of like, the longer this goes on, you go from the King of Pentacles to the Page of Pentacles and denial. The longer this goes on, the less it seems like you're going to actually pull out this person's authentic personality. And the more they emulate you and the more they act like you, the less interested you are over time. Because you're kind of like, I don't need a parrot. I don't need a parrot. I don't need somebody just telling me what I already think or what I already feel. Like, I don't need them using my emotions as their own, my thoughts as their own. I don't need a parrot. And it's kind of what it's starting to feel like. It's like I'm dating a parrot. Because I feel like you are starting to seriously date this person, but they're saying you're getting less and less content with it. You're trying to be okay with it for some reason because the attraction is there, but the connection for you is dwindling over time because you're like, I don't want to date a parrot, and you feel like you're dating a parrot. That's kind of, I don't know if that seems crude, but the denial is saying you're trying to be okay with it and you're not. I do feel like this, if this is actually happening, if this is connecting for you, I feel like the truth is this is not going to make it. Because you can't get this person to be their authentic self, and even when you try to be okay with it, over time you're just not. You're gonna move on because you're just gonna get disinterested because you're not gonna be able to believe that they're really connected. They're just kind of reiterating what you're already saying and what you're already feeling. It's like dating a parrot. You're not interested, and I do feel like this will fail. So how far it goes, if it actually becomes a relationship, is up to you. But if it does, it'll be short-lived. All right, I think we're there. All right, well, thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.